What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and I'm back. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody who support me and this platform, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. It's very much appreciated. We'll give y'all some time to come through tonight. We'll give y'all some time. Couple announcements. As always, if you haven't yet, go and check out the Black History Month series of 2019. That's the Black History Month series of 2019. Go and check that out. Peace, Ty. Great to see you. Shout out to the grinder, JT. Peace to you, my brother. Make sure you go check out the Real Relationship series. Also, go check that out. These things are located in the playlist section of my channel. So, if you need to find it, that is where it is. And if you like to binge watch, you can binge watch there. So just go to my playlist section on my channel, and you can get that there. Also, stay tuned. I have two new exciting series coming up. I don't really want to let the cat out the bag too much, but y'all stay tuned for that. They will be starting real soon. So I appreciate all y'all who support this platform. Stay tuned. For these two exciting series. But what's going on tonight, y'all? How y'all feeling? How was y'all day? Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share the live. Share the live for me too, family. You got a community section, share this live in your community section. Tonight, we're going to talk about winning. That's what we're going to talk about tonight, family. Y'all hear the cars? It's a nice night out. Just sitting outside on the porch and just chilling, talking to y'all, man. Shout out to Tony Smith. Appreciate you for tuning in, bro. But yeah, like I said, tonight we're going to talk about winning. And we're going to talk about winning on your terms. Winning on your terms. Shout out to Jaloso on the check-in. Appreciate you, Jaloso. We're going to talk about winning on your terms. Is it more important to win, to just win, or to win how you want to win? What's what's more important to you? Just winning or winning the way you want to win. You know? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Winning on your terms. Because, see, everybody has the ability to win, but everybody looks at winning in a different way. Because people value different things. So the name of the game is to win on your terms. You never want to play the game if you can't win on your terms. Remember that. Don't participate if you're not going to win on your terms. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. You could win without compromising who you are, without selling yourself short, without selling yourself out, because you could win on your terms. See, a lot of people think that they can't win on their terms. They think they have to follow some manuscript, some blueprint that's already been put out there, and people believe that successful people follow the same blueprint, and they don't. If you talk to some successful people, you may hear them having certain, similar habits, or they may do some things similar, but their formula is not the same because they all won on their own terms. Just look at guys like Puff and Jay-Z and a 50 Cent. They all won, but they all won differently. But they all are winners, but they all won differently. 50 won on his own terms. This is why 50 has the leverage that he has. Puff won on his own terms. This is why he has the leverage he has. And the same thing goes for Jay. So it's not just about winning. It's about winning on your own terms. Shout out to my brother Gab. Appreciate you tuning in, bro. Y'all share the live for me, family. I listen to Dame Dash a lot. I listen to a lot of moguls. Like, I listen to Dame Dash. Shout out to Hills Inn. What's going on, family? What's going on, fam? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, cuzzo. But when you listen to Dame, when you listen to Master P, when you listen to these guys, when you listen to guys like Jay Prince, these guys are winners, and they all won on their own terms. And that's what we got to focus on. Because if you follow the manuscript of the Matrix, then you may sell yourself short somehow, some way. You may follow someone else's blueprint. You may get something, but you may not get what you felt you deserved. And some people feel like that because They not playing the game on their own terms because they not trying to win on their own terms. Most people are just concerned with winning and looking like a winner. But are you winning on your own terms? You know? Now that you're in a winning position, do you have do you have or have you created your own blueprint to keep what you got going? Or are you going to do what most people do? What is it going what is it that you really want to do? See, most people don't have a plan before they get rich. Most people want to get the money and then create a plan. No, that's the wrong way to do it. And remember, I just talked about how most successful people, they have similar habits. And one thing, when I listen to these guys, the one thing they always say is you put the dream first. You put your goal first. You put your plan in action, even when you're broke, even when you don't have the financial capital to do what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, the name of the game is to win on your terms. And you know how you win on your terms? By creating a way for you to have leverage in every business situation. You want to have leverage. And the only way you can have leverage is if you play the game on your own terms. Because you best believe the opposition is playing the game on their own terms. This is why other people win and we lose. Because we're watching them win and trying to figure out how they're winning instead of us focus on how we're gonna win. Don't worry about how they're winning. Figure out how you're gonna win. Win on your terms. That's how you get fulfillment out of what you work for. I never wanted to be the type to grow up and work till I'm 65, 70 years old. And I'm not fulfilled. And that happens to most people in society. They work till they become senior citizens and then they have nothing to do after that. They empty inside. That's why most people die within 10 to 15 years after their retirement. Because they haven't carved out a vision for their life. They're following someone else's blueprint. They're trying to win on someone else's terms because they haven't created their own. You got to create your own terms in the contract. This is how guys like Dame Dash is still winning to today. Guys like Master P, they still winning to today. Because they playing the game on their terms. Jay Prince still eating. You see? You got to play the game on your terms. Get what you want out of life. Don't worry about what somebody else wants. Don't worry about if what you're trying to attain is going to impress other people. That's not what life is about. You see? What's real to you is what's real to you. What's real to you is your reality. then that's what you need to focus on. And that's what you need to build on. What's real to you? What matters to you? Don't get caught up in following someone else's playbook because their playbook is set up for them. Understand that. Their playbook is set up for them. You need your own playbook. Win on your terms. That's what matters. That's all that matters. Because when you die, you want to be good within yourself. Well, I want to be. I don't want to die with any regrets. And see, you don't have no regrets because you played the game on your terms. You wouldn't have no regrets. See, you'll have regrets when you look back at your life and you realized you've never lived the life that you wanted to live. You never genuinely went after the things that you wanted in life. Your life always mirrored someone else's. That's why a lot of people grow old and they be miserable. Because they didn't live life on their terms. They lived their life according to what they felt mattered to other people. That's the problem. And people are afraid to live life on their terms because, as I stated in the last stream, when you live in life on your terms, you got to bet on yourself. A lot of people weren't taught to bet on themselves. The education system don't teach you to bet on yourself. They teach you to bet on the system. They teach you to depend on what they have for you. They don't teach you how to create a way for yourself. You have to figure that out on your own. This is the difference between producers and consumers. Buyers and sellers. See? See, when you decide to win on your own terms, you become a seller. You become a producer. You become a creator. You create opportunity for yourself. You see there's a need for something, you create an opportunity. You see? That's business. And that's business on any level. The biggest success stories that anybody hear is what? People who betted on themselves. People who wanted to win on their terms. Those are your greatest success stories. Not the guys who betted on the system. Not the guys who sat around and waited and thought that being 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 morally correct is gonna equal some type of success for you. But it can, because If you're winning on your terms, being morally correct in under any circumstance may be one of the main things you value. So I would have to respect that, you know, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. So it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks because it's about you and what you doing and how much it matters to you and what it means to you. That's winning on your own terms. If all you want out of life is the simple life, a wife, one kid, small apartment, maybe a small house, one car, and just have enough money to make it. Some people want to live like that. That's living. Some people live like that. That's living on their terms. Some people don't want to be celebrities. Some people don't want to be famous. Some people don't want to be noticed. To some people, these things don't matter to them. It's not important. So understand when I say win on your terms, what I mean. When I say win on your terms, I'm saying stop being afraid to really be you. This is something I had to learn how to do. Kels, what's up, sis? But this is something I had to learn how to do. I had to learn as I grown into being a man how to not be afraid to be myself. Because see, when you're not afraid to be yourself, you're not afraid to do certain things. You're not afraid to pursue certain things. You see? When you comfortable with who you are, your vision becomes clearer. The path you gotta go, you see it. But a lot of people are afraid to be who they are. They're afraid to play on their terms. They're afraid because they think failing or losing makes you a failure. Failing don't make you a failure. What makes you a failure is not trying. And there's some people in life who bets it all so much on themselves that they go through their whole life trying to win. They constantly grinding. They always grinding. They see some daylight and then, you know, things go back down. Things get worse again. Then they get a little better. Then they get a little rocky. Then they get a little better. You got some people that's never able to get over the hump. But you gotta live life. And if you live life on your terms, it will be much more, it will be much more of a chance that you would love life. You would love your life. There's a lot of sad people in society, a lot of angry people, a lot of depression. And what I'm starting to see is the only way to not truly be depressed, being in this matrix, like I said in my previous stream, you gotta give this shit back. You gotta say F it. Screw this. I'ma start playing the game on my terms. Y'all can have this instruction manual on how, 100 ways to win. No, I'm gonna create my own way. I'm gonna create my own book. Because if I'm gonna be stressed, I'm gonna be stressed because I put the stress on myself. Because I'm stressed because of the pressures of what I'm doing and what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm not stressed because I'm trying to look good so I could take 50 pictures for Facebook. I'm not stressed so I could go on Instagram and take $20,000 and put it to my ear like a phone. I'm not stressed because I can't wear Gucci. See, there's a lot of people out here stressed because of that. Because they can't dress the part. They can't look the part. They can't be part of the festivities. There's people that are really stressed because of that shit. Because they can't be a part of this whole little picture that they see. They can't be where it's lit at. They can't live that life. They can't be in that type of light. So people are depressed because of that. People are stressed out because of that. People are working and taking their last dollar to be a part of that, to feel a part of that. And then when they get old, they look back at their life and they have a bunch of regrets because they like, damn, I lived my whole life and ran myself down and I never done nothing for myself. I did all this shit just to hang out with people, just to take pictures with celebrities, and I never did nothing for myself. I never did nothing I really wanted to do, no matter what it is. Because when you check out this piece, it's about the thoughts you leave this plane with. You see? If you gonna really rest in peace. And the people who played the game and lived their life on their terms, I know they resting in peace. Because it's nothing to regret. There's nothing to regret when you play the game on your terms. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for smashing that like button too. I appreciate it. There was something an older guy told me when I was about, I'm gonna say, I probably was about maybe 19. Yeah, I'm gonna say about 19 or 20. Um, he told me this. He said, "You ever wonder why the world is so messed up?" You know, I just met this guy on the train. For some reason, like, people just come up to me and ask me weird shit. I don't know what it is, but I always, once in a while, run across some weirdo. Like when I lived in New York, and I just be on a subway, I just run across some weirdo. Shout out to Vonda Harris. Thanks for tuning in. And he asked me, "You wonder why the world's so messed up?" I said, "Yeah, I think about it sometimes." He was like, "Why you think the world is so messed up?" I said, "Because it's just good and bad people in the world." He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna tell you why the world is messed up. The world is so messed up because people don't know their role and play it." He said if the world he said the world would be a better place if people knew their roles and played them. I never forgot that shit. I have not forgot that. Like I said, I had to be about 19 or 20. So we talking about 12, 13 years ago. That stuck with me. Know your role and play it. So whatever you decide who you are and what you're about, all you have to do from that point on in your life is just know who you are and act like it. And your actions should match your thoughts. Know your role and play it. That's living life on your terms. Because if you're not concerned with the next person got, if you're not concerned with the next person is doing, if you're not concerned with the next person have and how they got it and what type of person they are, if you're not concerned with that, you'll be more focused on your terms and how you're gonna win. See, you'll be more focused on that. It's crazy, man. How 13 years later, I've never forgotten it. I've never forgotten it. And it makes so much sense, man. The older I get, and I've noticed it over the years, like the older gotten, and every time I've thought about that analogy, it makes more and more sense. And it plays out in more and more occurrences in my life. If people knew their role and played it, there there will be less dissension. There will be better communication. But of course, that'll be in a perfect world. And of course, we don't live in a perfect world. But everyone lives in their own world. And I think I'm going to do a stream about this. And you know, I've thought about it before. But now that this has popped back up in my mind, shout out to my brother Doug. Appreciate you for tuning in. I'm gonna do a stream about this. The difference between reality and actuality. Because like I was gonna say, everyone lives in their own world. But you also live in a world with other people. Do y'all get that? Do y'all understand what that means when I say that? Everyone lives in their own world, but you also live in the world with other people. Everyone lives in their own world, but you live in a world with other people. This is why everybody have their own perspective on life. On if you ask 20 people how would they react in this circumstance, you'll get different answers. You may get some answers that are similar, but they're going to say them in a different way. That's proof that everyone lives in their own world. What you see, everybody else don't see. And when I say that, I mean the way you interpret what you see. The way you interpret what you see, I don't interpret it the way you do. I'm sitting right now looking at this tree. If I had someone else sitting here and we had to write a paragraph on what do we think about trees when we look at them, those two realities are going to be different. But the reality is also we both looking at a tree. This is why I say we all live in our own world, but we also live in the world with other people. It's a difference between reality and actuality. And I'm going to get into that. I'm going to do a stream about that. But winning on your own terms. Winning on your own terms is, I can't say it has to be important for you. Because once again, we're talking about the matrix. This is why I named my channel Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Because like I explained when I chopped it up with my brother JT, y'all could go check that out on the Underrated Darkness channel. And I explained to him why I named my channel Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And that is because I understand that there are some people who are not aware that they are just digesting and ingesting what they're being fed by people they don't even know. You're being fed by strangers. physically, mentally, and spiritually. You're being force fed by strangers. But see, once you realize that, now you have the choice to say, I'm going to feed myself or I'm going to continue to, you know, be force fed by this machine. And for the most part, most people are going to continue to live off the machine because it's easier that way. It's less work to do. When you decide to win on your own terms, it's more work. It's a lot more sacrificing. Like I said, it's no more going to the club. If I'm not in the club doing business, why am I in the club? See, you begin to evaluate things differently. This is why I said in my stream earlier, and when you start to do that, like stop going to the club, stop drinking liquor, stop popping pills. When you stop doing these things, people disappear. People disappear. And they disappear because they're not willing to win on their terms. They want to win using someone else's playbook. They want to go the route that was guaranteed to them by someone else. How could you bank on winning based on what somebody else told you? So you ain't gotta do shit but what they tell you, and they gonna guarantee you a win. And you gonna fall for that shit? When the whole time they could be setting you up to lose. The only person who can guarantee a win is you. Everything else is a goddamn guess. But you could guarantee a win for yourself. Because you going to win the way you going to win. And that's what matters. That's what matters. The fact that you won the way you wanted to win. So when it's all said and done, you could just relax. So I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Much love to y'all. Um, Let me see who's up in the chat. Let me see what y'all chopping it up about. Vonda says those who really matter will still be there and others will fall off. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they like to suck up people's time. Yeah, they like to waste your time. That's a fact, Kels. Yep, you gotta know your role and play it. Yep, you gotta love yourself. That's right, Vonda. Okay. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for tuning in again tonight. Um, like I said, stay tuned. I got some series coming up. I will be back to doing panels with the series I got coming up. So y'all definitely stay tuned. I will be opening up the platform to y'all. I appreciate y'all supporting me. Um, I haven't done panels in a while, but the platform is back open for y'all, fam. And I definitely will appreciate y'all coming through, and I want to hear y'all thoughts. I want to hear y'all come through live, and let's do this, man. Let's spread the information. Let's have great communication, and let's build. You know. So, like I said, I will be definitely opening up the platform. Shout out to my man John Doe. Oh, I appreciate that, Vonda. I appreciate that. But yeah, I definitely will be opening up the platform. So look forward to that. Look forward to that. Look forward to that. Also stay tuned. Stay tuned for some new episodes of the Car Rant series. They will be coming. They'll be coming real soon. Y'all stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Some new episodes of the Car Rant series is on the way. On the way. On the way. But I'm gonna just go ahead and let y'all know, fam, um, what I have coming up. I have a health a health series coming up, family. I'm gonna have some guests come through. They're gonna speak on health. They're gonna speak on diet, nutrition, and like I said, the platform will be open after the presentation. So y'all stay tuned for that. I will be doing a couple of shows on health. I feel like that's very important. We cannot forget that. And also, I have the Black Gangster series coming. If y'all haven't yet, go and check out a stream I done a little while back. I'm gonna say about a month ago. It's called um, Black Gangsterism is Taboo. That's the name of the stream. Black Gangsterism is Taboo. Just me watching that stream again made me want to come up with a Black Gangster series. Um, I'm gonna come up probably with about five five legendary black gangsters from different eras, and we gonna have like I said, we gonna have an open discussion on it. And another thing that made me want to do the uh, the Black Gangster series is I feel like we should celebrate our people, whether good or bad. You know, every other race of people do that. They celebrate their people. And what really made me say I gotta do this is because my oldest son, who's in junior high school, he getting ready to go to high school next year. Well, this year rather, September. Um, he came home and told me and his mom that they was teaching him about John Gotti in school. Now, why are they teaching kids about John Gotti? So, y'all mean to tell me that y'all got the mafia in the goddamn school system? So I said, if they can, you know, put their gangsters on a pedestal. Shit, why we can't? Why we can't? Why we can't salute our underworld? Because see, and I'm gonna go into this. I'm gonna go into this a little more, but I'm gonna just say this and then I'm gonna close out. But y'all gotta understand what created the American system. The American system was created off of the underworld. The underworld is what built what you see today. What do you think built Miami? The underworld. What do you think built the casinos? Las Vegas, the underworld. So if y'all could teach my goddamn son about y'all underworld and the people that y'all look up to, my son need to know about the underworld that his people ran. We gon' keep it even across the board. Why why not talk about the black gangsters that built communities and all of that and gave back? Why they can't be mentioned? But you could teach my son about John Gotti. So stay tuned for the Black Gangster series. Stay tuned for that. That series will be coming up after the health series. The health series will come first. Then after that, stay tuned for the Black Gangster series. Make sure y'all go check out that stream. Black Gangsterism is taboo. Go check out that stream. One of my mods, I appreciate it if y'all drop that link in the chat. Black Gangsterism is taboo. That is the name of the stream. Y'all go check that out. Once again, I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. If y'all haven't yet, make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button for me, fam. If you also have a community section, share this in your community section. Appreciate that, Vonda. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that link. Appreciate it. Once again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Um, I will be back tomorrow. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be back with another one tomorrow, y'all. So this is DS1 Ross of Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Remember, y'all, we gotta heal before we build. Gotta heal before we build. Remember, y'all, let's win on our own terms. Let's win on our own terms. Let's live life and love life. Only way we could do that is if we live for us. Let's win on our own terms.